Kaspersky's Threat Intelligence Services, how to spot a COVID-disguised attack. Let's start with our Digital Footprint Intelligence Service, which is designed to provide customers with information on the attack surface that was, is being, or potentially could be exploited by cybercriminals. We reach this service by going to the Digital Footprint tab in the top menu of the site tip.kaspersky.com. As a part of their annual subscription to Digital Footprint Intelligence Service, customers receive 4 reports a year, meaning 1 report per quarter. In the Digital Footprint page, these reports are shown under the Reports tab. To ensure the customer is informed about critical threats in the most timely manner, notification functionality is provided. Notifications contain information related to these categories: vulnerability, malware, data leakage, darknet, employee. You can filter the threat records by date, risk level, tags, or use full text search by notifications. You can also specify any additional resources or keywords you want to be included in the scope of work using the Change Organization Information window. Let's assume the customer has received a Digital Footprint Intelligence notification about malicious samples distributed by mass mailing of a fake COVID-19 news bulletin. This notification helps us to catch the suspicious file in the mail. Let's now analyze this file's behavior by running the sample in a controlled environment. In the top menu, go to the Cloud Sandbox tab. Interfaces to the 2 sandboxes are very similar. First, we're invited to upload the file. We select our chosen test environment, Windows 7 for example, and the duration, 100 seconds. There are some additional options. For example, you can run archived files or choose an internet channel. Our Research Sandbox gives clients more advanced options for configuring the environment. They can build their own custom image imitating their particular infrastructure so they can see the possible impact of the sample's detonation on their specific system. When all settings are selected, we start the execution. After the execution, Sandbox classified this file as malware. Let's click on View Details, top right-hand side, to see the data collected during the execution. First, there's a summary showing the number of detections, suspicious activities, and extracted files. Next, there are the names the malware detected, here including a Microsoft Office exploit. These names have been identified by a number of different detection technologies integrated into Kaspersky Cloud Sandbox. By clicking on the name, you can access a more detailed description of the malware. Next, we see the execution map, the graph of the events registered during the detonation. Below the execution map, we can see the list of suspicious activities and screenshots taken during the execution. In some cases, the malware tries to evade automatic analysis by waiting for a user interaction. The document is disguised as a notification about COVID-19 from the Ministry of Health in Mongolia. Let's go back to Summary and click on the Extracted Files tab. This shows what objects were downloaded and dropped during the detonation of the analyzed sample. In this case, some APT-related malware was dropped. By clicking on the object, the MD5 hash of the malware, we go to Threat Lookup, our search engine for threat intelligence. Its database contains about 5 petabytes of metadata collected by Kaspersky over more than 20 years, file hashes, statistical and behavioral data, who-is data, URL reputations, and so forth. In this case, Threat Lookup provides a detailed report on the malware. Scrolling down this page, we find the list of URLs addressed by the malware. Let's click on a dangerous IP and see what Threat Lookup has on it. Threat Lookup tells us this IP address is known to be related to many malicious objects and is mentioned in 2 different APT reports on Iron Husky APT group activity. Let's click on one of the Iron Husky report titles. We now have a complete picture that will enable us to effectively neutralize the threat. Also in the APT reporting pop-up menu, you'll find an Actor Profiles option with descriptions of known APT groups, together with their techniques, linked to the MITRE ATTACK matrix.